Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and the patch 9.2.5 is finally here. Tuesday for the region of NA, Wednesday for the region of EU. And while 9.2.5 is a smaller update, it does contain more class adjustments and tuning for PvE and PvP content, more quality of life catch-up improvements for new players and old characters, as well as the cross-faction play feature to break down faction barriers for endgame content. I want to cover all of the major changes coming with the patch 9.2.5. But right before we get into these updates, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to catch regular patch 9.2.5 updates and changes, as well as potentially more future Dragonflight announcements. First, let's cover all of the relevant updates coming to our favorite classes. A lot of these class changes we've covered in detail over the last few weeks, but in this video I will go over all of the important adjustments very briefly, in case you didn't catch those previous updates. First things first, every single tank spec in the game will now generate more aggro for all PvE content. This will make it easier for the tank to reliably hold aggro, especially when playing with some of the burstiest classes from Mythic Plus, like Fire Mages, Destro Warlocks, and Survival Hunters. For Death Knights, we're seeing a defense AM to the anti-magic zone ability to provide more protection for you and your allies within PvP content. The AMZ PvP talent is being removed, however, in order to account for the baseline anti-magic zone buff. For the class of Hunter, Beast Mastery abilities and pet damage is being amped up by a small amount, and the cleave damage with Beastclave has been slightly improved. Though from the early numbers we have as of this moment, Beast Mastery may need more tuning if Blizzard wants to make it as competitive as Marksman and Survival when it comes to AoE content. For mages, we're seeing buffs to the filler damage of Arcane Mage, as well as a change to make clear casting no longer dispellable within PvP, which should hopefully improve Arcane Mage's PvP performance. Frost Mage Necrolord Covenant combination is getting slightly nerfed for PvP, specifically the peak damage you can achieve during your rampy Deathborn burst. For the class of Monks, Mistweaver's Zen Focus T PvP talent is being buffed to give Mistweavers more of an opportunity to respond to pressure within PvP. Windwalkers are seeing a pretty sizable buff towards their single target abilities and Fist of Fury for PvE only. This change will likely improve on their overall single target PvE performance. Next we got the class of Priest. Disc Priest damage can now be amplified significantly with a new buff to the Blaze of Light PvP talent. And the Power Word Shield absorb value has been increased for PvP for both specs of Discipline and Shadow. For the class of Rogue, the spec of Outlaw is receiving a significant buff to many of their damage and abilities. This update may give them more legendary combination options that could improve their damage within raid and dungeon content. However, the spec of Outlaw is still hard capped when it comes to their AoE output, and even with these updates, they may still be very far behind when it comes to their AoE performance. Rogues are also seeing a decrease to their survivability, especially the spec of Outlaw, seeing its Enduring Brawler PvP talent value reduced. For the class of Shaman, both Elemental and Enhancement are losing some substantial burst when it comes to PvP content. However, Restoration Shaman is seeing a healing improvement instead for arenas and battlegrounds. We also got some Warlock updates. Blizzard is attempting to limit the destructive nature of the Destro Warlock tier set, while buffing Demonology Warlock's Felguard to be more effective against healers in PvP. Affliction Warlock is getting a brand new PvP talent to promote Shadowbolt gameplay, and the PvP talent of Demon Armor is being removed, with Warlocks passively gaining stamina in return for PvP, though the loss of armor is going to make Affliction and Destruction a little bit more squishy in arenas and battlegrounds. For the class of Warrior, the spec of Arms is seeing a lot of its damage buffed for PvE, with Protection Warriors also sharing with some of those benefits, while Fury is seeing adjustments to make it easier for players facing Fury Warriors within PvP. We also got adjustments to PvP trinkets, with the 2-piece trinket set bonus providing even more stamina. and the Resolve trinket getting a rework so it no longer functions against interrupts. There's a good chance that this class list is not final. It is very common for Blizzard to release another blue post with the last minute changes as the patch releases. And if these class changes are significant, we'll likely cover them in a future update. Besides the class changes, we also have the cross-faction feature, which is one of the biggest features and quality of life improvements added to World of Warcraft in the patch 9.2.5. Cross-faction will be available to all pre-made groups when it comes to endgame content, for raiding, Mythic Plus dungeons, as well as rated PvP. This feature will not be available for random content, like random dungeons or random battlegrounds, and it's mostly an opt-in feature in case you like your alliance and horde separated. With cross-faction, you'll get a bigger pool of players to group up with when it comes to endgame content. Your faction choice also becomes less limiting when searching for endgame opportunities. And it also keeps friends playing together, whether you chose the faction of the Alliance or the Horde. Players can also invite each other into cross-faction groups through Battle.net's friends list or through a WoW community. However, cross-faction has some limitations. Certain raid and dungeon instances cannot be experienced with the cross-faction gameplay due to Horde and Alliance players getting a different experience inside of those few instances. For example, the Ice Crown Citadel airship encounter. That boss fight is going to be different as an Alliance or Horde player, so that instance cannot be ran cross-faction. Guilds are also gonna remain single faction, at least for now, though many in the community have expressed their desire for guilds to eventually become cross-faction. So it's possible we may see that feature at some point in the future. With this update, we also got even more renown catch-up benefits. If you head over to Oribos on the second floor next to the Flightmaster, there's a catch-up broker that sells the broker Mark of Distinction. This Mark of Distinction is being buffed up to boost your renown to 60 in the patch 9.2.5. This item will be fantastic for any fresh level 60 alt characters looking to boost the renown very quickly. And for any new players that have not unlocked the Mark of Distinction, all renown catch-up is now accelerated, with most of your renowns gained at least doubled until renown 60. Also, renown now has a 100% drop rate from select content, like Mythic 0 dungeons and Mythic Plus dungeons, all Torghast wings of layers 9 and above, defeating any Shadowlands raid bosses or winning rated battlegrounds. We also got a couple PvP updates, like a brand new Zereth Mortis style arena added into the arena PvP rotation. Also, the solo shuffle game mode minimum item level has been increased to item level 252. This means any under-gear player joining solo shuffle will have all of their gear boosted to item level 252 to ease some of the gear disparity present within PvP. I wonder if Blizzard may consider extending the minimum item level to other forms of casual PvP content in the future. We also got some brand new unique Blood Elf and Dark Iron Heritage quests with some new cosmetic rewards. Blood Elf Paladins in particular can get a unique new Blood Knight armor set. For Blood Elf, your quest will start with Leandrin in Oribos. It requires level 60 and being exalted with Silvermoon. For Dark Iron Dwarves, your questline will start with Anvil Thane in Shadowforge City, the starting zone for the Dark Iron Dwarves, which can be accessed using the Mole Machine racial ability, and your only requirement is to be at level 50. All Torghast wings are now going to be open permanently instead of a set weekly rotation. This could be useful if you're trying to farm specific legendaries from certain Torghast wings. It's also convenient when farming Soul Ash and Soul Cinders, since you can always run the easiest wing available. Unless you're simply sick and tired of Torghast, then this isn't much of a feature. Party sync leveling has been improved for characters at level 56 to 60 to no longer grant the player major XP reduction. This gives players an opportunity to keep leveling and working on their higher level alts while being able to play with friends and guildies on a much lower level. From my initial testing, it doesn't seem like this method will be the fastest method of getting to level 60, but at least you'll gain some sort of progression while party syncing with your friends. Finally, there is some confusion between patch 9.5 and season 4 content. A lot of players expected for Season 4 content and patch 9.2.5 to be released at the same time. Blizzard has stated that Season 4 content is expected to come later in summer, but only after Season 3 has ran for a typical World of Warcraft seasonal duration. This means during the launch of the patch 9.2.5, all the Season 3 rewards are still available. You still got time to slay the jailer and get your AOTC or cutting edge achievements. Plenty of time to get all the Season 3 Mythic Plus rewards like the KSM mount, as well as all of the PvP Season 3 rewards. And hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get an official announcement on when the Season 4 content is expected to be released. Following Season 4 content, we get the next expansion of Dragonflight. The earlier we get Season 4, the earlier we'll have a potential date on the release of the next World of Warcraft expansion. And that's going to be all of the updates and major features coming to the patch 9.2.5. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about all of these upcoming updates. What are your thoughts on all of the class changes? And which classes are you hoping to receive a last minute buff before the patch 9.2.5 goes live? What are your thoughts on the upcoming cross-faction feature? And when do you think we may be able to see Season 4 content for the patch 9.2.5? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.